Y'all ready for this storyline that never goes away? Let's talk about it. Richard Kelvin Sherman been linked to the Cowboys once again. Now, this is like beating a dead horse. Of course, we understand that when you got a veteran guy that's on the street that we've been having issues with as relates to the defensive side of the coin, that his name will be mentioned. His name will be brought up time and time again. And I told everybody before the start of this offseason that the veteran guys that teams do not pick up before the draft, after the draft, their value goes down daily. That's just how it goes. Their value goes down because of the demand and because their asking price, they've been on the market for too long. Just like a house. When it's been on the market for a long, long time and nobody really looked into it, the value of the house goes down. So sometimes they just pull it off the market. Because that's just how it goes from here, Cowboy Nation. So now that we look into this Richard Kelvin Sherman scenario, in the last 2 years, he had 4 interceptions, right? Last season, of course, he only had 1. So is that a sign, telltale pricing or a telltale scenario that this guy is diminishing rates of returns, is at his maximum peak? There's multiple ways we can unpeel this thing. There are multiple ways that we can look into this. There are multiple scenarios that we can say to ourselves and convince that, this old broom that can get the corners, because the new broom can sweep the floor good. This old broom can bring a lot of attention to this team in a positive way because of his knowledge and understanding of the system. Of course, because of his, hear me out, because of his continuity that he have with Dan Quinn. He can come into this thing and be like, okay, I can tell players where to line up. I can tell players the assignments and these sorts. And on top of that, it's hard to make up experience, right? He already got it. So those are the pros of it. Now, the con of it will be the fact that this guy's long in the tooth. Of course, I know a lot of people going to be looking at it like 33 is not old. But in football years, that's old. In football years, that is old. Let me repeat. In football years, that is old. Especially at his spot or position. All right. The other con of this part would be this right here, Cowboy Nation. You're taking away reps from Nashon Wright, Israel Mukramu, as well as Boss Man Fat, Kelvin Joseph. So you're taking away quality reps. If you're going to move Richard Sherman to a new spot, like safety, that could work. That could flat out work. But when we look into the whole, and when we look into the complete picture, we only know him as the cornerback. We only know him at that spot. So we can tap dance and jump rope around this thing and say, well, we don't need it. But now we got to look at it like, what will benefit this team? The cons and the pros, which one outweigh each other? Now, of course, the other con would be he already came out on record saying that he would never play for Jerry Wayne and things, right? And that's just how that goes, too. Of course, his political aspects of it. And I'm not finna get into details of it because it's like a layer of onion. You peel it back, there's more and more things that can come to the surface. So I'm not finna go through all of those layers. It's going to make some people cry because we are in the PC culture, right? The counseling of the culture. So my thing is, Cowboy Nation, I wish that somebody could just nip this in the bud and just say, no, it's not happening. But the news is continue to drag this out, and the coaching staff are always saying, like Mike McCarthy, are saying little snippets and these sorts. And even Dan Quinn, he's not really shutting this down. So my thing is, are they waiting for that price to go down, down, down? And Stephen Jones is sitting there saying, yeah, let that price go lower and lower. I don't care what he say to me. I don't care. Look, The Joneses don't care what people say to them or about them. They billionaires with the B, by the way. It's their sponsor dollars that really edge them into certain directions. But outside of that, they don't really care what people say. Well, Jerry do get a little antsy here and there with the radio station. But outside of that, as long as it bringing them money, dollars, coins, they don't care. They don't care. And those jersey sales for Richard Sherman, it may go a long way, you know. Some people are saying that he is a Hall of Famer. Y'all can post that down below. Is Richard Sherman a Hall of Famer, right? So to have that pedigree on your team and to have that namesake on your team goes a long way. It do. But back to the football aspect of it. Can he redirect? Can he run? Can he turn? Can he chase? Can he hit? Can your cornerback see and identify what was going on or what's going on or what the tendencies of the opposing team, the opposition, trying to do? Can he help you win games? Can he get turnovers, takeaways, basically? Those are the things that you will have to say to yourself, this risk worth it, basically. Well, the reward outweigh the risk, then that's when you have to go into the details of it, saying, okay, Richard, you're on the team now. Those would be questionings that either Will McClay and John Stephen Jones will have to say to themselves. Yeah, and if I'm the coach, I'm looking at it like, I need me playmakers. I need me somebody that can help me win this game. Not detractors, not people that's going to take away, but I want to have somebody that can put in. Right? I want somebody that can contribute. That can be a voice to the voiceless for those who need to understand what's going on from a football perspective. Not somebody that will challenge the system, but somebody that can help implement the system. There you go. You can look at Richard Sherman in those likes. But the hard truth is the Cowboys probably be better without him. That's the hard truth of just going in through this situation, developing your own, and then slowly understanding that, hey, the guys that you develop will have a better situation and scenario in the long run. That's the hard truth. You may not like it, but rip the Band-Aid off, throw these guys into the pool, and let's see if they can swim. And that is my same thought even on the Geno Atkins scenario or anybody on the front. It's probably be better to let these young guys learn and develop opposed to letting somebody come in to slow down that process. But on the flip side, if you want to win now, if you're trying to push all your chips in to win now, you go get those guys that can make that spark impact. But if you're trying to win down the line and tomorrow, you know how that thing goes. If you're trying to win today, you get the veteran. If you're trying to win tomorrow, you just stay with what you got. And I'm speaking it from a perspective analogy. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know how you guys feel. Are you tired of this story? Do you hear this? Are you tired of the story, or are you okay with bringing in a good old Richard Sherman for a cup of coffee? Now, before I run, I got to say this. Training camp is a long process. The offseason is a long process. Keep his number close by, because I'm not trying to say that injuries occur this season on our guys, but injury occurs to anyone. And it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared, right? So you might want to at least have it ready and have all of the contract stuff already ready, so that in the event, worst case scenario, something happened, at least you can pick up the phone and say, hey, Richard, Kelvin Sherman, are you ready to play for the Dallas Cowboys with that silver and blue? That's just my thoughts. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Let's go.